We do have a big Arab population here, and this is all over the Israel war. We have a lot of pro-Palestinians in Michigan, and so obviously Rashida Tlaib has been out there saying, don't vote for Joe Biden. We're sending him a message. Now, I don't want to sit back and say, oh, this is going to be indicative of how the general is going to go. I think this could be just a statement that they're making in the primary to try to force the president to go a certain direction. But I don't think Republicans should say, oh, this is a give me in the general, that if we have our Arab population stay home, Republicans are automatically going to win. I don't think we should say that. But right now, I think today will be very interesting. Even if you look at the absentee ballots, that area in Dearborn is looking very sparse for absentee ballots for the Democrats today.
That's such a good point, Tudor. I think, Republicans could potentially say, okay, look, we're great. Look what happened in Michigan. But Rick, Biden could be facing, severe political fallout from this, because if this does happen, what does this say, maybe in other states and just the messaging and the optics?
Well, let me say first, I'm glad we have Tudor on, because in all my years of presidential politics, I think Michigan has been the most difficult primary to figure out. It's got so many moving pieces. And certainly this today has some more when you have the dueling pieces of Biden and Trump. What I think is interesting on the Biden side is not only do you have that uncommitted, but you also have left-leaning groups that are trying to get voters, Democratic voters, out for Nikki Haley. Michigan is not a party registration state, so all you have to do is declare which side you're going to vote for, Republican or Democrat. There could be a significant crossover today as we watch, but I think all in all, it's a gut punch for Biden. At a minimum, because it is going to focus on this issue of Arab Americans. These progressives are out to make sure Biden changes his policy position, and he hasn't done that. And so I think it's going to be very interesting to see also turnout. Turnout's been very typically low in Michigan. There's only been about 1 million early votes. I think in 2016 it was only about 18% turnout of the 8.1 million voters on the Republican side. So it's going to be it's always an interesting primary to watch for multiple reasons.
Yeah, that's so fascinating, Tudor. The Real Clear Politics average right now has Trump up by 52 points. As Rick just said, it's not an open primary, but we sort of telegraphed this in South Carolina over the weekend that maybe Democrats and people that might vote for Joe Biden in November might vote for Nikki Haley on Saturday. What does Nikki Haley's support look like in the state of Michigan right now? Do you see her winning over enough moderates and independents to make this interesting today?
No, I don't think that's going to happen in real life, but I think Rick makes a very good point, and that is that just last night, there were text messages coming out from the Democrats saying, go vote for Joe Biden, but they had a very interesting statement in there. They said, although Nikki Haley is a moderate and we prefer her over Donald Trump. So there was definitely that push in text messages that were going out to Democrats last night. You can go over there and vote for the other side. And in Michigan, that is the case. You can vote for whomever you would like. Now, if you vote for Nikki Haley, obviously you can't vote for Joe Biden too. But I think they're willing to do that. And so we do have to watch that. But I think it's pretty obvious Donald Trump is going to run away with it on the Republican side.
Yeah, Tudor, somebody who is trying to get people to vote is the governor, Gretchen Whitmer. Take a listen.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make the case, though, that it's important not to lose sight of the fact that any vote that's not cast for Joe Biden supports a second Trump term. A second Trump term would be devastating, not just on fundamental rights, not just on our democracy here at home, but also when it comes to foreign policy. This was a man who promoted a Muslim ban. This is, I think, a very high-stakes moment. I am encouraging people to cast an affirmative vote for President Biden.
All right, Tudor, you ran against her. Mixed messaging from her and Democrats, because you've got Rashida Tlaib saying vote uncommitted. You have her talking about how it's important because they have to beat Trump. What are people to believe or listen to?
Well, she is one of the vultures standing in line with Gavin Newsom in case something happens with Joe Biden. So, of course, she's out there saying, make sure you go vote. She wants to. Notice she mentioned a Muslim ban. This is because she is not well liked by the Arab community in the state of Michigan. And so she is definitely trying to wedge in there. She wants to see as many votes as possible. If something happens with Joe Biden, she thinks she's going to edge Gavin Newsom out of there, and she is going to be the nominee. So she's been phone banking. She's been out on the streets. She is actively recruiting voters this week, and we'll see how that goes for her.